What is going on today, guys? My name is Tyler. Welcome back to the channel. So we need to talk about NIO today, give you guys a little bit of a news update as well as a technical analysis update because there is an important catalyst coming up and I want you guys to be fully aware of it if you're invested in NIO whatsoever. I don't want to waste any time giving you guys this news. This article is from Benzinga, and this female, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. She covers NIO quite often and always has some good information to add. So the title is NIO to show new ET7 at April Shanghai Auto Show, reveals first glimpse of sedan's production body. So there's nothing really too crazy. That's not where the catalyst is. The catalyst is coming up right here. It says NIO, which unveiled its ET7 sedan at the NIO Day event held earlier this year, is expected to exhibit the model at the Shanghai Auto Show, the CNEV Post reported. The show is scheduled to be held between April 19th through the 28th. So this article, I do want to point out, this article makes it seem like it will be 9 days long, April 19th to April 28th, but I would expect some kind of clarity because a 9-day show like this will be kind of outrageous. I don't see it being 9 days, but we never know. We gotta wait for clarity, but nevertheless, this is giving us a date and a time period to look forward to. Right off the bat as well, I do want to point out that you guys are gonna have to stick with me through this whole article to get a full idea of how big this catalyst could be for NIO stock. So it does go on to say that the vehicle that is going to be at the show April 19th through the 28th did roll off the plant April 1st, and that is actually my birthday, so that is pretty cool. Maybe some weird jujus, but this says, in quotes, "This is a very important part of ET7's verification of the manufacturing process, confirmation built. It can fully identify and solve the problems of the body in the manufacturing stage, which is important for the future ET7 production," the statement said. Production of the ET7 is advancing in full swing according to the official, and the ET7 is scheduled for commercial launch in the first quarter of 2022. So if they're putting dates on this, they better be damn sure to get these vehicles out by 2022. We don't need a Tesla with the Tesla truck incident. It's going to be years until they start rolling out the plant. So that is good to hear them reassure this first quarter 2022, even with the chip shortages going on right now. And stick with me. It says the new sedan will have a range of over 1,000 kilometers with a newly launched 100 kilowatt battery pack and an ultra low drag coefficient, with the vehicle capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in only 3.9 seconds. So basically 1,000 kilometers is 621 miles. If you guys did not know that, like I didn't and had to do the math on it. So it is 621 miles. That is pretty incredible, especially with the battery swap technology. That is pretty damn cool. So the ET7 is expected to be priced between 378,000 yuans and 528,000 yuans, which is about $57,560. So it's pretty affordable for what you're getting. Depending on the addition and whether a user chooses the battery as a service or autonomous driving as a service offerings, which you could probably add another $11,000 onto the $57,000. They're probably assuming you get the battery as a service, which lowers your cost by $11,000. So that is pretty significant. Also, this is the biggest part of this whole article. It says, although NIO has yet to divulge exact pre-order numbers for the ET7, it has hinted that the levels have well exceeded forecasts and have been higher than what it received for any of its previous models. So keep in mind, this woman could be biased towards NIO. That could always be a thing, and they are saying they have hinted at the levels have well exceeded forecasts and have been higher than was received for any of its previous models. So this could be an exaggeration of what somebody at NIO said, but I would take her word for it because I've seen so many articles that she comes out to be right even on these conclusions, so you can call them. I do think they have a great number of pre-orders for this, considering the price tag is so affordable. So I guess that's my take on it. And if anything blockbuster comes out of this date between April 19th and April 28th, this could move NIO stock a lot. Maybe they give some numbers on the pre-orders, but NIO is in great shape to keep the momentum going. Now, I do want to switch to a different article now. Now, I'm not going to read this whole article because it is fairly longer than the last one, but this was published April 3rd. So 2 days ago now, if you're watching this in the morning, it's 3 days ago. Talking about Tesla at first, but it's really comparing NIO to XPeng, which is a better electric vehicle stock to buy. And long story short, NIO is the better stock to buy in this guy's opinion. And I do just want to point out a couple things from this article. It says NIO is gaining strong momentum in China. From its quarterly update, NIO said that it delivered 20,060 vehicles in the first quarter. That's ahead of roughly 19,500 it had forecast when it announced a temporary production halt last week. Now, it keeps going on to say that it is worth mentioning that NIO is expanding its reach to the European market. From there, it expects to achieve a production capacity of 300,000 vehicles by the end of 2021. Guys, what is this? $59 billion market cap? $59 billion market cap. If we just compare this to Tesla real quick, they delivered 499,000 vehicles in 2020, 499,500 vehicles in 2020, and they are at a $631 billion market cap. So they're almost 12 times the value of NIO. So if you compare them like that, NIO could be valued up to 4 to 5 times its current price. So I do think, obviously, if you can't tell, NIO is undervalued right now. That is why I've been buying so much NIO shares and options. But to go ahead and sum that all up, I do think this could be very positive for NIO stock. One, because they have not had very many catalysts in this year. Really, they've had like none. They've had hardly any events besides NIO Day, and then now this coming up should be very good for the stock, and we could get some insight into production capacities like that article said, and maybe a preview into more exact numbers on their pre-orders for the ET7. So there could be some good things coming out of this event. I do think it will be a positive catalyst overall. Now I want to get into the technical analysis. We are over on Webull for our technical analysis, like always, because I like their technical tools that you can use. You have a whole catalog of different indicators. Whatever indicator you want to use, there's literally a very long list of them. But I usually use the volume and the RSI because this just gives you a feel of what is going on the RSI, how overbought or how oversold we are, and the volume because it's good to see how much green versus red volume we have for any given day. And it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's always good to see it here. Anyways, going back to, this is March 11th when we topped out in after hours around $46.50 a share. Now, from this point, you can see the obvious trend line down to the ground. About $34 down, about $12 down from $47 to $34 a share. And this is really when we bottomed out around the $34 range. And it kind of continues at, this $34 range is kind of the bottom, 35, 34. I put this on 35. I will fix this real quick. Just by doing that, $34 a share. We double dipped the bottom, actually triple dipped the bottom, close to the bottom right here, but basically call it a triple dip because this is where we found massive buy volume coming in around $34 a share. So if we continue from there, that is our absolute lowest bottom at $34 a share. Like if you bought shares at $34 a share, congrats to you, or even cheaper than that if you had the opportunity. It would be brief, but if you did, nevertheless, congratulations. You got yourself a fantastic company at a fantastic price that most people in the $60 range would pray to see that price again, myself included. Now that it's been here a while, I'm not a big fan of it. My portfolio is not a big fan of it, I should say. I'm a fan of it, but portfolio definitely is not. So we did gap up, consolidate, and then we gap up, consolidate. Now we've come down and we're kind of on a downtrend from the $42 range. We've dropped about $2.50 at $39.50. And you can obviously this pattern though. Charting like this is all about patterns, resistance level, support level. Really, when it comes down to it, that's pretty much as far out as you can predict. So going off the patterns, rip up, consolidate, rip up, fall. Rip up, consolidate, fall, rip up, consolidate, fall, and then I'm looking for a rip up from this point. That is what the technicals is telling me. A rip up, consolidate out, hopefully rip back up, or we could go down. But right now it does look like we should expect a rip up at this point just because of this trend line and this pattern. Now, for the support level, I'm definitely putting it about where we are at right now, about $39 a share. I think we could go down another 50-ish cents, but we would definitely find the support level around the $39 mark. And that's really as low as I would expect. And if I were to throw it on red or black, I mean, I think we gap up to the $41.50 level fairly shortly. And this is kind of where we start to get a little bit of resistance level, just technically speaking, because that is where we topped out a couple days ago and then fell down. So that is kind of what I'm expecting. And just to be clear here, this is the resistance level. I'm expecting around $42 per share. So I do expect some kind of movement between this. It does look like we are on the lower end of the support level though, as you can see from the chart. So I do expect the rip up like I was saying. That's going to wrap up the video right here. If you got anything useful out of it, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as comment down below on your way out. And if you made it to the end of this video, I have a Discord link in the description where you can join over there. I send out all of my buy and sell alerts for stocks and options for free when I make them, far before I ever make a video about it. So, like I said, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out.